আমাকে যখন এখন মুভে রাখো
পূর্তিতে ওয়েডিং অ্যানিভার্সারি আমার অত্যন্ত প্রিয় এবং আমার একমাত্র বোন এবং দুলা ভাই তাদের 50 বছরের পূর্তি, সেজন্য আমাদের পরিবারের সদস্যরা অনেকে এসেছেন বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে। সেই সাথে সাথে আমাদের পারিবারিক বন্ধু যারা দীর্ঘদিন প্রবাসে, যারা আমরা একসাথে সবসময় চলাফেরা করি, আমরা সবাই এসেছি তাদের জন্য শুভেচ্ছা জানাতে এবং তাদের জন্য প্রার্থনা করতে যাতে তাদের জীবনটি আরো সুন্দর হয়, যাতে তাদের বৃহত্তর যে পরিবার তাদেরকে নিয়ে যেন তাদের সমৃদ্ধি সুখ যেন আরো এগিয়ে যেতে পারে। আমি সবাইকে অনুরোধ করবো যে একটু পিছনে আমরা যদি সবাই একটু বসে যাই, কারণ আমরা অনেক পিছনে কিন্তু তো ছবিটা আমরা একটু পরে আবার কিন্তু ছবি তোলার সুযোগ পাবো। ছবি তোলাটা আমরা একটু কাইন্ডলি একটু বন্ধ রাখতে হবে। So requesting all the photographers to not to take any more shooting here so that we could start our event up here. সবাইকে আবারও সালাম এবং শুভেচ্ছা। আমরা যেহেতু কিছুটা পিছনে পড়ে গেছি বিভিন্ন কারণে, আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানকে আমার ধারণা ছিল আরো 15-20 মিনিট আগে, হাফ এন আওয়ার আগে হয়তো আমরা শুরু করতে পারবো, কিন্তু সেটি পারিনি। সো যে কারণে আমরা একটু ফাস্ট মোডে যাব আজকে। তো আমি জানি না যে আপা এবং দুলা ভাই তাদের 50তম বিবাহ বার্ষিকী, তাদের যখন বিয়ে হয়, as you can guess, I was so little. আমি আসলে আপার সাথে বিয়ের পরে পরেই কিন্তু আমাদের দেশে যেটা রেওয়াজ সেটা হলো যে পরিবারের একজন সাথে করে যায়। আমার যাওয়ার back those days, the golden days, সোনালি সেই চিলের ডানায় যে সময়টুকু পার হয়ে গেছে, সেখান থেকে কিছু ছোঁয়া নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করবো। অবশ্যই 50 বছরের জীবন সেটা কখনোই 5 মিনিটের একটা ক্লিপে দেখানো সম্ভব না, তারপরেও এটা জাস্ট আমাদের একটি প্রয়াস। সো সবাইকে আমি একটু লাইটসটা তানভীর ইসমাম লাইটস গুলোকে একটু ডাউন করে দিতে পারলে, আপনাদের টেবিল থেকে কি তোমাদের কি ভিডিওটা দেখা যায়? ওকে, কিছু all the lights doesn't have to be down, some lights could go still up. One second. So all of you, once again, good evening, and we're gonna celebrate the 50th anniversary of my very, very dear and only sister and the brother-in-law. 50 years has gone by in a quick sense. We can't bring all the memories that has been there for 50 years, but we're gonna show it in a clip, in a 5-minute clip, some of the events that took place in their life. You know, life starts alone and then goes together and then brings the children and then the grandchildren and everybody, friends and family comes together. So we are here, we gather here today to celebrate this event, to congratulate them, as well as to pray for them and for their life to go on, carry on the beautiful way that they are running right now. So the golden anniversary, we're expecting that it will go toward the diamond and beyond. So let's celebrate this moment. I'm going to play the clip. I'm just trying to make sure. Unpause. লাইটগুলোকে আমরা আবার আলোকিত করে দিতে পারি একটু। Turn the lights on, please. So once again, it's a wonderful event. It's a so glorious event that we will remember for a long time to come, because in our family, in my family, in line of to be the next for the 50th anniversary is a long way to go. I just crossed my 25th last year, so I'm running on the 26th, and I'm the eldest among my family here. So it's a long way to go, and salute to you guys, did a wonderful job. My sister is just an unbelievable character in our family. Even from as we was growing as a child, she was very motherly to us. She was not just the sister, she was a very motherly figure to us, because she is the eldest among our family. So a lot of credit that you could see the way you know us, the family members here abroad, and on the back home, the credit goes to my sister. And my brother-in-law is not very beyond. So we are so thankful to this great couple and individuals. My sister, a lot of you know she's an independent person. She was a broadcaster back home. She was a very renowned broadcaster. She's a great writer. Many books she has written and published. She is work with the diplomatic mission for the United Kingdom. She worked as a teacher in school, as a head. She worked in many NGOs back home. And she's a great sister, a great mother, a loving grandmother, and a wonderful friend to all of us who are here today. So congratulations on your 50th anniversary to my brother-in-law and my sister. Congratulations to all of you, those who attended this event. We will be remembering for a long time to come. So what I'm going to ask is, I'm going to ask some of our family members, those who came from different states. I will ask a few of them to speak. The very first one of our closest, and my brother-in-law's youngest, not the youngest, the sister, immediate sister, Runiapa and Dulabhai is here. So Farhad Bhai and Runiapa, I'm asking you to come down here just for a few, just to have something to say congratulations and thank you. Runiapa.
I didn't thought that I would have to say something. Normally I would have prepared something. We're glad to be here, part of this ceremony, and yeah, we're glad to be here, part of the celebration. I would just want to acknowledge that our brother we are celebrating was actually not just a brother, but he was a fatherly figure to the whole family. Because my wife's father died early at a young age, and he was primarily responsible for raising the family. He took care of everyone, taking care of the education, and I'm glad he motivated everyone to be, motivated everyone to be in school, do the studies, and I'm glad that he motivated my wife to go into medicine, and that's how I met. So everything is. He was just a fatherly figure, and he took care of the family.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to both of you for that.
So, thank you so much. So, I told about my sister, and the next one I was going to talk about my brother-in-law. Exactly the same way as our sister was our kind of like a head of the figure, head of the family, and my father also passed away for a long time since then, and even in my childhood, as I said, exactly the same way my brother-in-law took the charge of the family in a very, very young age. So it was a big, big thing for him to come forward and take care of his brothers and sisters, those who grow up so wonderfully, and a lot of credit undoubtedly goes to him. And of course, the prayers from the heaven. Two of his sisters are here today. One of the brother could not come because of he had a surgery, so that's the reason why he could not be here today. But I spoke to him and he was like crying that I could not go. So this event I'm going to miss. My brother-in-law is also a very fabulous person. He was the chief engineer of a department of a government, one of the biggest. He was beginning in the roads and highways, the entire Bangladesh. He was the chief engineer, and then he was in the PWD. So that's public works. So he was the chief engineer there, and later on he took off many NGO organizations. He was with the Heart Foundation as advisor to the Heart Foundation. So he has done a tremendous job. I remember, let me give you one example, how I enjoyed knowing him and his things. So whenever he used to come to our place, when he was a young engineer, I was probably around 12, 13, 14, somewhere there. So what I used to, Durabai, as we call in Bangla for Sardarji, so for you. So we call Durabai, his brother-in-law. So when he used to go after lunch, when he used to go for a nap, I used to steal his keys and drove that car. So my first driving in my life was used in his car. He probably doesn't know it yet. I just told him. Or maybe he knew it. So that's how we grew up. As I was the youngest in our household, so I enjoyed a little bit privilege over everything. If I have done any mistakes, it will be nullified. But if they have done anything wrong, it will be punishment. So that's how I grew up. So thank you again. Rukiapa, one of the sisters I'm asking, Rukiapa, just, I will come to you. আমি আপনার কাছে আসছি আপা আপনি রুকিয়াপার কাছে দিচ্ছি
আসসালামু আলাইকুম আমার ভাইয়ের যখন বিয়ে হয় আমি খুব ছোট তো আমার ভাবিও আমাদের মানে মায়ের মতো আমি মোস্ট অফ টাইম ভাবির কাছেই থাকতাম তো উনি আমাকে একদম মায়ের মতোই মা যেভাবে মানুষ করে সবাইকে তো আমার ভাবি আমাদের ছোটবেলা সেইভাবে আদর যত্নে আমাদেরকে পড়াশোনা করিয়েছেন সবকিছু তো আমি আর আমার ভাইয়ের কথা তো বলার কোনো অপেক্ষাই রাখি না উনি তো আমার ছোটবেলা থেকে আমাদের সব ভাই বোনকে খুব সুন্দরভাবে পড়াশোনা করিয়ে খুব সুন্দরভাবে উনি আমাদেরকে বড় করেছেন এখন আলহামদুলিল্লাহ এখন আমরা সবাই খুব ভালো আছি তো কংগ্রেচুলেশন আমাদের
So beyond here, we are going globally now. So we are getting out of this room and go to Bangladesh. So there is a call is waiting for us. I'm going to project it. Orbe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, everybody is listening to you and you are on the projection, so you could say your congratulations right there.
Apa Dulawai. Assalamualaikum and congratulations on a very big anniversary, 50th anniversary. We are praying for you that you live a happy and healthy life here on. Amen.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, Barbara, that is my oldest brother, younger than my sister, of course. So he's from Bangladesh. And Barbara, thank you so much. So we will go next. Thank you. I'll talk to you again. Okay, bye-bye. So, just give me a second. Okay, so our next will be, I'll be bringing up Shurmi and Shopan. Can I ask you guys to be here? So, my brother-in-law and my sister's beloved daughter, the only daughter, and son-in-law. So they will speak in front of you now, and I give it to you.
প্রথমে আব্বু আম্মু তোমাদেরকে কংগ্রেচুলেশন 50 ইয়ার্স এটা অনেক লং জার্নি আলহামদুলিল্লাহ এবং তোমরা আর অনেক অনেক লম্বা যাবে সবাইকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা আজকে আসার জন্য আর দোয়া করবেন আমাদের সবার জন্য আমি সফল হই
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. It's really a blessing for me to have both of you as my parents. I don't look at them as my father-in-law or mother-in-law. I just look at you as my parents. I lost my own father at a very early age, and ever since I got married with Shurmi, that was also a long time ago, 22 I guess. He has been a father figure to me, and I have been so blessed to have both of you in my life, as well as Tanveer, who I regard as my own brother, and also Polly, the whole family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now is the time for the son and the daughter-in-law. I'd like to welcome and Tanveer and Polly, if you can come here on the stage. So this is another part of their journey that I'm welcoming on the stage.
I'm very nervous. So I'm gonna salam everyone. Thank you all for coming. Today we are celebrating Amu and Abu's 50th anniversary. I have always dreamed of having in-laws. Growing up, I was always very close to my own parents. They spoiled me with love every day and paid attention to my every need. As I got older, I got more and more scared of losing them. I just came back from Bangladesh a few weeks ago, and I have been feeling guilty for leaving my parents. Many of you may know that my father is very ill. But coming home and looking at Abu, I feel very full. And when I see Abu, it makes me filled with joy and relief. No matter what happens to my parents in Bangladesh, Ammu and Abu will always love me like I'm their little girl. I feel less care of the future because I have you by my side. Thank you for making my dream come true. By the grace of Allah, I am too blessed to have you as my second set of parents. Please, please always forgive me and keep me in your heart. Love you so much, both of you. Happy anniversary, Ammu and Abu. Love you.
Thank you everyone for coming here. It was a very, very short notice, I know. We were debating for a long time whether to even hold this party or not. I know that my dad and mom, they say, no, we are too old, don't do anything, we don't want anything. When we asked them that should we even get together. So anyway, that's why it was a surprise, but thanks for coming in a short notice. It was great. I mean, a lot of hard work from Polly, Apni, Chota Mama last few days. So. Yeah, my parents, congratulations, and everybody's parents is very, very, very special to them, but I always feel my parents are extra special because all my life I have seen nothing but a lot of sacrifice from them, every minute, every second, and we sometimes say that we feel like even though, you know, they're older, but we are not taking care of them. Actually, they're taking care of us still every single day. What we eat, what we don't eat in the morning. If I am rushing out to work without breakfast, my mom is running after me, like, have breakfast. So that is a great feelings to know that they're still taking care of me. They're still, you know, concerned continuously whether somebody is late for school or someone is doing their homework just like we are. So, and even like when growing up, you know, I have a lot of memories when, you know, my mom, all my life I saw her just eating leftover. I never even saw her eating a real meal. Even I'm not that kind of great dad because if I really like the food, I'll probably grab from someone and eat it. But I never saw her eat anything, you know, anything at all. If I like anything, she'll just keep it in the fridge and not even eat it at all. So again, a lot of sacrifice, thank you for all of that. And I think we are very blessed that we are here together because whether they wanted the anniversary party or not, I mean, even first I thought maybe we don't need to have a big party, we'll just have a dinner. But then I thought it's a great way to bring all the families together. That's why, you know, my pupu, they're all here from out of state, and this was an excuse to bring everybody together and build some great memories, take some good pictures. So, you know, I'm glad that we are hosting it. So, thank you for coming again and congratulations. So now next, the grandchildren. So that's the special part, I know, for my parents. Their life is all around the grandchildren. So Rupsha, Anika, Samin, Samara, now it's your turn. Samara, Samin, Ariana. Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course, Ariana. Yes, yes, come. So now it's your turn. Come, all the grandchildren.
Stand in a line right here. Anika, you stand in the middle of the group.
Okay. Hi everybody, thank you for coming. I'm Anika, and then Sami, Samar, Rupsha, Ariana, as you know. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to say something short and sweet, but I feel very fortunate to have grown up with my Nanya and Nana so present in my life. They've put so much knowledge on me growing up about different things. They've passed down like different life lessons, and I feel like that's really kind of impacted the person I've become today. And I like to think of them as like my left and my right brain. And now before I get into why, am gonna kind of give a brief background on like what your left and your right brain does to the human body. Now, please keep in mind I'm an economics major, so I'm not pre-med. Like, take this knowledge with a grain of salt. Any medical knowledge that I have is from binge watching Grey's Anatomy, so it's not, I don't know if that's right, but, so your left brain, it's like quantitative thinking, it's very logical, like reasoning, and your right brain is like all your creativity. So, growing up, like my nana, like as my nana, I said, like he was an engineer, and I just remember like I would have so many memories of him like calling me over, and he would just teach me like random like math, like theories, like equations, like, and as a 6-year-old, like none of this really registered in my brain. I was like, I don't know what this means, but he was like, no, come here, like learn this, and he was like, and I just remember one time he took 2 books, and he put them page by page, and he was like, see, you can't pull them apart because the friction between the pages like prevents that. And then, when I was so young, I didn't think that this would really have any impact on me, but growing up, like I realized like I stemmed so much interest from that, like that's what I'm studying and like what I want to do with my life is like that, from that knowledge. And he's also very, very independent, and I love that. And I just remember one day, I was at home for the summer, and then I just get a phone call from my nana, and he was like, Anika, and I was like, hello? And he was like, go open your garage door, and I was like, what? And he was like, can you open your garage door? And I was like, what? And then I go downstairs, and my nana drove from my mama's house in Maryland to Lorton, Virginia on his own, and he was just in my driveway. And I was like, Nana, does mama or anyone know you're here? He was like, no, they wouldn't let me leave, so I just went off. And I was like, okay. So yeah, he's very, I've gained so much knowledge from him. And, that's why I constitute him as like my left brain. And like my nanya, like, as I said before, the right brain is like all arts and like creativity. And my nanya growing up, I remember before I would go to sleep every single night, like not a single night was missed, she would tell me a bedtime story. And she would make up these stories literally like on the spot, and they would be so elaborate, like fantasy stories. I was like so engrossed by them. They were so detailed. And even when she was in Bangladesh, I remember like there's a 10-hour difference, but she would wake up early in the morning in Bangladesh and to call me on the phone right before I went to sleep because it was like night here, and she would tell me a bedtime story. And that really stuck with me because throughout my life I was really interested in English and writing and poetry, and like in high school all my friends like dreaded our English classes. They hated it, they hated writing essays, but like I was never like that. I was very interested in it. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but they have such an influence in my life, and I'm very grateful to have had them so present in my upbringing. Happy 50th, and I love you both.
Thank you so much, Anika. Before we go to the next grandchild, let's go to Georgia, Atlanta. Mama, you are on. You are in the projection. But everybody is looking at you.
Okay.
Everyone can see it. You are projected on the screen, big screen. So everybody is watching everything you do. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations, Muhib and Nalma. Shubhecha. তোমাদের 50th anniversary তোমাদের সে মনে আছে নালমা তো সত্যি ছিল নালমা তো মনে নাই মনে পড়বে না আমার মনে আছে আমরা চিটাগং থেকে ওই দিন আমার বিয়ের আগের দিন আমরা আসছিলাম বিয়ে শেষে তোমরা চলে গেলে ট্রেনে তোমাদের ট্রেনে উঠাই দিলাম আমরা পুরোনা ফুলবাড়িয়া স্টেশনে from there তোমাদের উঠায় দিয়ে ট্রেন ছাড়লো আমরাও ছাড়লাম in my jeep and আমার সঙ্গে ছিল ডক্টর সালাউদ্দিন আমরা দুইজন তোমাদের আবার কুমিল্লায় পৌঁছে লাকিলি ওই যুগে খুব ট্রাফিক ছিল না তুমি reach কুমিল্লা find your train coming we saw you on the train, and আবার যখন ট্রেন ছাড়লো তখন আমরা আবার রওনা হলাম এবং চিটাগং পৌঁছে স্টেশনে গিয়ে তোমাদের রিসিভ করলাম। What an exciting was that on that day. আমরা it was a great সন্দেহ নাই, বাট আগেই বলছি যে ট্রাফিক ছিল না, সুতরাং আমাদের জন্য এটা সম্ভব হয়েছিল। দেখতে দেখতে অনেকটা বছর চলে গেল। We have this past 50 years. You have become old, I have become old too. So far we have traveled both of us thousands of miles, maybe 100,000, more than 100,000 miles over the world. And there is nothing I can compare with that exciting journey on that exciting occasion. Congratulations, Nazma. Nazma, it is your 50th Golden Jubilee anniversary. I congratulate you again. I was one of the matchmakers. You possibly remember, if your mother has used to remember that. She is no more there. I pray for her departed soul. Actually, maybe we talk to each other almost every day, even now, although we are living in the United States, a little apart. Today you are celebrating your 50th anniversary. I congratulate you. But you must congratulate us also, all of you, those who are listening. This is our 75th anniversary as friends. And our friendship started back in Shillong when we are possibly toddlers. And we still continuing. So it is your golden jubilee, but for us it is a diamond jubilee. Again, I congratulate you and wish you many happy returns and wonderful years ahead. And so should our friendship continue as long as we live. Thank you all for listening. Thanks Muhib and Nazma. And we hope to continue our life together as long as we are, wherever we are. These days, we can see each other or phone them. So there is no problem. Our days are gone. These are the days of your grandchildren. In fact, this morning when Shamim told me, thank you Shamim for telling me about this. I was telling him that I am a physicist, a scientist, but I am not very well versed with this Facebook and all those things. So I called my granddaughter, I called your granddaughter also. So she sent me everything, so that I am getting, you are seeing me.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you very much once again, all of you. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and good night to you, and all the best wishes and salam and dua for you and for everybody. Thank you, Mama. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Let me disconnect it, and then we could go. Okay, Rupsha. Again, going back to a granddaughter and a wonderful young lady, Rupsha will be now giving congratulations to her grandmother and grandfather.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for organizing this event. Dimoni and Davoy, happy anniversary. I didn't know what to say, but just reach into my heart and tell you how I feel. First of all, I'm very impressed that you've come this far and that you're still so happy together. And you've made so many great memories and so many great people. And you've made this family for all of us. And we're all very glad to be part of it. I have a lot of amazing memories with both of you. We spent a lot of time together. going on vacation with Ammo and Baba and Sami and Samara. Anytime we go somewhere, it's better knowing that you're there. It feels better, it feels more full. Dimuni, you've been a really great inspiration to me for as long as I've known you. You've been very accepting, and you've always cheered me up anytime I've been sad. You always made an effort to make me feel welcome. And you've done so much in your life. I relate to you a lot because when I was little, I was very interested in writing. That was actually what I wanted to do and still want to do. But Dimwini's always told me that if I ever write anything, she wants to see it, she wants to read it, and she's always been very supportive of my dreams and my interests. And I see myself a lot in her because she's so committed to what she wants to do, and she wants to be so independent. And she's done so much in her life, really. It's just like I want to lead a life just like hers. So, happy 50th anniversary. We can't wait to see what you do next, and inshallah, God is with you. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rupsha. It's so wonderful. Come on. Now, Ariana is here.
Okay, I just prepared something because I didn't really know I was giving a speech today. So, I really love my grandparents. They are so helpful and they're always there for me. My Nana, he's very smart, he's very funny. I love him so much. And my Nanya, she's always there for me, she's always helping me. And she always teaches me different life lessons. She's always talking about like my future. And yeah. So I love them both so much, and I hope they will continue to have a wonderful life. I love you both. Happy anniversary.
Now the big boy.
In the middle.
What, you have notes?
Oh, okay.
Notes.
Yeah.
I am grateful towards Allah for my great-grandparents, grandparents, and I would have suffered losses without them. I have my education today because of them. Because they drive me to school.
Back home.
They drive me to school when my parents aren't around. And they've cooked me dinner whenever my parents aren't around. And I think you are great grandparents to me. And I love you both very much. Happy 50th anniversary.
Good job. You did a wonderful job. Can I keep it as just as a token of to remind me what you have written? Okay. Or maybe you give it to the one you can give it to, so she will collect it. Okay. The next one, the bravest one in the family. Come on, Samara, you do it. Come in the middle. You're gonna read the poetry or the speech? Oh, speech. Okay. Do you want me to hold it?
I am very glad for my grandparents. It is their means a lot to you, so I want to make today the best day for both of you. You're the best grandparents anyone can wish for. Thank you for all your love. I'm very thankful to Allah for my great best grandparents. I was wanting grandparents, but you both are better than I wished for. I hope you had a great time. Congratulations, Papa and Dominic.
So this is really wonderful. Both of them is very, very wonderful, all of them. So kind of like event is done, but not done in a sense again, because of now is the food. So before that, can I ask my wife to come down? Shumi, are you there? Someone we have to represent our family too. Ishma, can you come down here? And where is Renita? Okay, so this is my family, and this is my son, those who doesn't know it, and my daughter. It's a wonderful, blessed family. We are blessed because of the blessed people around us are so many. So that is the reason why we are also a blessed family, and we thank you on behalf of our family to both of you for this wonderful parenting that you have not done just for your child and the grandchildren, but as well as your brothers and the sister-in-laws and your nephews, nieces here. So on behalf of all of us, we are very thankful. Shumi, you want to say something?
I just want to congratulate for 50th anniversary, and also I remember especially we planned our 25th anniversary going to do, but somehow we couldn't make it. And then we thought, okay, we'll do next time maybe something. But Papa and Tanveer, Shormi, Holly, Shobai Mile, they arranged it, our 25th anniversary, and they gave us surprise. So Appa is, I think, main. She's initiated and she did for us. So we are very thankful for that, and we really surprised and enjoyed. And Abadullah is always with us, and anything we need, they help us always. And we are very, very grateful, for them. And then, congratulate again. Thank you.
She's, as well as my sister, she's also our matchmaker. Because I was here, and when I went back home, she said, I saw a girl, and you need to get married. I said, okay, let me see her. So we went to a place, and we met my wife, and I said, if you have seen it, I have seen it. I'm done with it. I'm fine. And then we got married. So this is my son and my daughter. You want to say a few words? Renita? Okay. Come on, come on.
Thank you so much for always helping me. When I was when I was younger, you'd always be helping me, and even now you still help me. Sometimes I just don't know what to do, and you Fupi always helps me with whatever I'm doing, and I want to thank you for that. Happy 50th anniversary.
Fupi, I grew up with both of you always encouraging me. Every time you guys see me, there's always something that you guys can say to make me feel great that the way I'm going and everything. Fupi always encourages me, tells me how great I'm doing, how great of a person I'm becoming, and just the growth. And then she encourages me to do more. And she's one of the reasons why, I'm studying mechanical engineering, because she motivates me, because she works hard, she's done so many things, and that's just kind of who I'd like to be with, who I'm going to be. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So with this, we was the last on the line of the family, but events are not gone, everything. We will be doing a few things in between our food and everything. So may I request for your pleasure, if you kindly, food is now served. So maybe we could go start from those tables and then come around. So we could start, dinner is served now. And congratulations once again. Thank you so much for everyone coming in here. This means a lot to us. Every household members, family members, friends and family came across different places. Thank you so much again. And we will continue our talk. Thank you.
Very careful. Very careful. কি পরিমাণ You slide this table back. It'll come to you. Yeah, no
আমি আমার সম্পর্কে এরা কিছু বলছিল আগে যে আমার জীবনটা প্রথম থেকেই আমার বাবা মারা যান যখন মাত্র 57 বয়সে উনি মারা যান তখন সবে আমি পাশ করি ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং। তো পাশ করার পরে তখন ভাবছিলাম যে এই জীবনটা বোধহয় এইভাবেই কাটবে, কিন্তু আমার বাবা হঠাৎ মারা গেলেন এবং আমি তখন সিলেটে ছিলাম বেড়াতে যাই। তখন উনি আমার টেলিগ্রাম গেল, তখন তো আর এরকম ইমেল টেবিল ছিল না, টেলিফোনে ছিল না, মোবাইল ছিল না, টেলিগ্রাম পেলেই মানুষ হয়ে গেল। আমিও ওই শুনলাম যে ফাদার ঈদ খান শাহ, আমি চলে এলাম ঢাকাতে এবং এর কয়েকদিন পরে উনি মারা গেলেন। এবং মারা যাওয়ার পরে প্রথমে বুঝি নাই আমি, বিরাট দায়িত্ব দেখলাম আমার সাথে। এবং প্রথম আমি লাভ লেটার পাই একটা, সেটা হলো স্টেট ডিপার্টমেন্ট থেকে, এখনই তোমরা বাড়ি না ছাড়লে তোমাদেরকে পুলিশ দিয়ে বাইর করা। আপনার অনেক স্ট্রাগল করে আমার এই মানে সুখে দুঃখে 50 বছর পেরিয়ে গেল। আর আমার দুটা ঘটনা আমার মনে হয় একটু আপনাদের শোনালে ভালো। একটা হলো যে আমি আমার নাতনি তখন আরো ছোট ছিল, আর সে আমাকে একটা ইয়াম কি বলে জানি যে চাকরির মতো এইটা ঠিক করতে দিয়েছিল, কিন্তু বাট আই ফেইল। তারপরে একদিন গাড়ির মধ্যে আমি তাকে গল্প করতেছিলাম যে দেখো আমি ঢাকায় অনেক বড় ইঞ্জিনিয়ার ছিলাম, তো সে চুপ মেরে শুনলো অনেকক্ষণ। শোনার পরে বলতেছে বাট ই কুড নট ফিক্স মাই আনিকা। আমি একদিন সে বলছে কি যে তার ওই ইসলামের এক বিড়াল আছে, ওইটার নাম হলো পিকাসো। একদিন আমাকে খুব বলতেছে, খুব একটু গম্ভীর হয়ে, দাবাই পিকাসো তো অনেক ওল্ড হয়ে গেছে, ও তো মারা যাবে, ও তো ডেড হয়ে যাবে, ও উপরে চলে যাবে, তারপরে ও আর ফিরবে না। কিছুক্ষণ পরে বলতেছে দাবাই তুমিও তো ওল্ড হয়েছো, তুমিও চলে গেলে আর তো ফিরবে না তুমি। এটা বেশ কয়েক বছর আগের ঘটনা। যাই হোক, সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ, আপনারা আসতেন। ইভেন আমার এক বন্ধু যিনি আমার সাথে বিলিয়ার্ড খেলেন, ইনিও আই এম ভেরি মাচ ग्रेटफुल टू हिम। ये बाबा भाई आप भी आया है, भाभी को भी ले आया। ये हमारा बहुत तकदीर है कि आप लोग आया। Okay, thank you very much for coming, and you pray for us. We have traveled a long distance, and the rest of the life we can travel like this. You pray for us. Thank you.
হারিয়ে ফেলেছি। লজ্জা পাওয়ার বয়স তো অনেক আগে পিছনে ফেলে এসেছি, ভুলে গেছিলাম লজ্জা পেতে, কিন্তু বাচ্চারা নিজে কাণ্ড করেছে, আমি তো লজ্জায় পড়ে যাচ্ছি। তা কিন্তু সবাইকে দেখে সবাই যে মানে সবচেয়ে ভালো লাগছে যে সবাই একসাথে হয়েছে, আমরা সব নিজের মানুষ, আপন মানুষ, সবাইকে এইটাই ভালো লাগছে। আর সবাইকে অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা। আমি আজকে কথাই বলতে পারছি না, এরা এমন কাণ্ড করেছে যে বুঝতেই পারি নাই এত সব। তো যাই হোক, সবার জন্য অনেক দোয়া, ভালোবাসা। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ from the core of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Appa.
Thank you so much. So আমরা আরো দু একজনের সাথে একটু কথা হবে, কিন্তু তার মাঝখানে আমার মনে হয় আপাতুল ভাই দুজনেই খাওয়া হয়নি, সো তাদের খাওয়াটারও অ্যারেঞ্জ করা দরকার। So I'll ask you guys.